Welcome back, guys, to the channel. Today we're going to talk about the decisions that I made for my solar farm and powering my crypto miner rigs. But before we get into that, please remember, share, like, and subscribe. It will help out. It will help out the channel a lot, and will also mean a lot to me. So please also comment the videos if you have an idea or if you feel like there's something that you didn't understood or you want to share some of your comments with me regarding some of the videos and the projects, please do. But most of all, share, like, and subscribe and hit the bell so you will get notifications every time I make a video and upload it. So today, and believe it or not, this is, I think, it's the third or fourth time I try to record this. The first two, my computer has failed on me, but this is part of the ongoing idea of word process of just recording, try to be short and precise, but also be able to provide content for you guys. Today, we're going to talk about what I currently have in my house, what's going on, and my choices when it comes to powering my crypto mining rigs. Um, just a quick mention, I have many tutorials on my channel on how to design a system for your house, how to design a solar system with batteries, solar panels, inverters, so you could power your house to lower your monthly bill or just to be off grid. Please go to the channel, look for those videos. We have in Spanish y también we have in English. So there's no excuse for you to learn how to do the calculations because in this video I'm not gonna get into the details. I will mention how I came up with those numbers, but I have many tutorials already designed to get you up to speed in order to do what I'm doing in this video. So let me share with you what I currently have, explain some of the issues that I'm finding myself in when it comes to my solar panels and my system and my rigs. And I'm going to close up with the decisions that I made to have a better quality or better amount or bigger amount of energy to be able to be more profitable and also be able to power my rigs. So back on the last two videos, I mentioned the importance of having solar energy to power crypto mining rigs. I mentioned that it was going to allow me to be more profitable on the long run while also uh, be able to scale up. This is my current scenario, right? I have two rigs. I call them two, but there are actually three rigs. Two of them are connected to the inverter, which I can switch from grid to off grid anytime I choose to or want to. For example, today it's raining and I haven't been able to use the energy from the sun at all. So everything is running on the grid. The other side of the system, it's about zero point 0.8. So in total, we have 2.1. That's without talking about the AC units that I have here, the lights that it's right in front of me, and some other stuff that we use in the house. So when it comes to the battery, I have about 4 kilowatts of storage. It could be a little bit less. It's a fairly used battery, so I'm expecting a little bit less than that. And I also have about 1.9 kilowatts in panels. Now, if this was a off-grid system, that would be more than enough, meaning that 1.9 kilowatts in panels, that would be more than enough to power the loads of the house and also power the, how to call that, the battery, to recharge the battery. Now, every time someone talks to you about how to design a solar system, we have a formula. And that formula is based mostly on the battery size, but not that often based on the loads that you're going to use while you're charging your battery. So the basic formula, it's something like this. Let me just clean this up. Let's say you have a battery that's 1500 watts. That's the total storage. And you mostly use that battery, I don't know, your fridge or some lights. The basic formula tells that if you are going to use that battery and you want to recharge it during the day, you will divide that by 5.5. Now, the 5.5 it's the amount of sun irradiance that my area, Puerto Rico, has. On your country or where you live, it might be different. It might be 2 hours, it might be 4 hours. It will depend on where you live. There are countries that you might have 6 hours or 7 hours. It depends on how the inclination of the sun. There are countries that you have nothing because it's always cloudy. So I'm sorry for you. But here in Puerto Rico and most part of the United States, it's about 5.5. So if you divide the 1500 watt hours that you have in battery size with 5.5, it will tell you that you need about 272 watts from the panel. We can actually round that up to 275. So you need 275 watts in panels to be able to recharge a battery up to 1500. That's how we do the calculations when it comes to solar energy and battery. Now, the biggest issues that we have is that, and like I mentioned, I have a system that is consuming about 2.1 kilowatt, and I have a 4 kilowatt battery. So it means that if I want to recharge my battery, let's do 4 divided by 5.5, it's about 7, let me round that out, 750 times 2.200, 2100. As you can see, for me to be able to recharge my battery while also providing energy to my loads, I need at least 2800 watts in panels. And as you can see right now, I only have about 1.9. That's the main issue. But that's not, like I mentioned, I'm not using everything with the solar panels. I'm using 1.3. Still, if you do the calculation, I said what, 750? So I said 750 plus 100, 1300. I'm short by a couple hundred watts. And that's why I've been having so many issues right now. And that's why I need to redesign my solar system. Now, what I currently have in my house is more than enough to power the fridge, the internet, the lights, TVs, fans, you name it. So I always run my house off grid. Even with the 3D printing, I about 3 of them runs with the system. And since it's not always a constant load, it's more than enough to run 6 hours, 8 hours per day. But when you have crypto mining rigs, the amount of consumption they have, it's extremely high and it's constant per hour. It doesn't fluctuate like a 3D printer. So what I'm trying to accomplish now is how can I provide energy to my house? How can I lower the amount of energy that I use from the grid? And if I'm going to spend money, what would be the smartest way to do it? Most people will tell me, well, you could buy a bigger battery and more panels, but the problem with that is that panels here in Puerto Rico they're not that expensive, but batteries are. Even if I buy them in battery hookup with the shipping and everything, it will cost me roughly, since I'm building the battery, about 100, 150, 100 and 150 dollars per kilowatt. So if I want to have a big battery, at least 10 kilowatt, building it myself, we're talking about $1,500. Plus, if I'm doing about 10 divided by 5.5, that's 1.81. Let's round that, 190. I got 1900 watts divided by I think it's 119 per panel. Well, it's actually 285. That's about 7 panels, roughly, times 145 plus the 1500. Now we're talking only $2,500 in panels only for the battery. That's without the loads. And you could probably imagine everything, it will start to add up once I add the crypto mining rigs and say I want to use a little bit extra to power some other stuff in my house. So this is why the decision that I'm making is to go grid tied. And let me just show you really quick. It's right here. This is my current design. This is what I'm trying to do, or I will try to do to power my house. As you can see, I got my panels. Basically, the idea is to go from 7 panels, which is what I have on the roof, up to 16, divided in 2 rows. Now, 12 panels are going to be used specifically for the crypto mining. The other 4 are only going to be used for this battery right here. This battery, we don't have a total amount because that's the battery that we are going to use as a buffer, or maybe to add extra hours to the mining hours that I do during the day, so I can lower the amount of hour that I use from the utility grid. Okay. The inverter that I want to use is going to be a grid-tied inverter. I already have one order, which is the LVX6048. I already mentioned this in my last video. And that inverter is going to allow me to keep this battery at full capacity without using it. And it's going to use the energy from the panels. It's going to synchronize with the grid. And it's going to power my crypto mining rigs. Now, some of you might ask, how did you manage to get into that number? Well, it's using mostly the same formula that I already teach you, which is, the 5.5. But in the case of using loads for your house, I always tell people you need twice the amount of that in panel. So if I got 2100 watts in panels, in mining rigs that I need to power, I would need at least twice that. Therefore, that's how I managed to get into the 4500, which is right here. This is why I need about 4500 watts in panels. Like I said, 4 of them are going to be mostly used to power my cooling system to keep this battery charged. And this battery right here is going to mostly be used to power the fridge, the lights, TV, fan, like I always do. But I'm going to have a separate system providing energy to the mining rigs to keep this battery charged, and also provide the excess energy to everything else, like the AC units that I had right here and some other stuff around the house. It is important for me that you guys understand this, because it means that I'm going away from the traditional projects that I have here. I'm going to start building things more in the industrial scale, meaning that I'm not taking in consideration any blackouts. If there's a blackout, my advice is always this: just power what you need. If there's an emergency like a hurricane or something like that, only power what you need. Fridge, TVs, maybe cell phone charging. Like in a situation of an emergency, I'm not gonna be mining. Like, I don't need that. It will be useful, but I will use another method like a generator or something like that, and I will put gas into it, and I will run a couple of hours. Or that is why we're also building this battery right here, because it's going to allow me to have extra hours during the day in case there's a blackout. Okay, but most of the time it's going to be used with a grid tied system, and it's going to be used to just lower my amount of energy used from the utility. Meaning that if I manage to get at least 8 hours or 12 hours, including the battery, I will have 50% of the total operation per day is going to be profit. And my current situation right now, it's that I'm making about $15 per day. And with the crypto mining, with the GPUs I already bought, it's gonna bump up to $20-$25 per day, maybe 30. I'm trying to figure out how many of them are going to be in total. But if I manage to run that, That would mean that half the day it's going to be free of energy, or at least 99% is going to be using my own energy. So if I add more panels and I change the meter and I could, use it by directional meter, it means that I'm going to have more energy be pushed out to the grid, and then when it's come during the night, I can use it back. So at the end of the day, the whole idea is to be able to use something like this to be more profitable. And that's the mindset most people need to have when it comes to business, when it either crypto mining or their own house. Like solar energy is not supposed to be only for blackouts or hurricane. It could be used for anything else. And since crypto mining it's becoming one of the best thing ever happened to humanity, we need to take consideration the miners out there about this type of stuff. Again, if you want to know how I designed solar system and how I just came up with this solution, go through my videos in my channels, check out the different tutorials, especially how to build batteries. And eventually, when it comes time for me to put this together, I'm going to document it and I'm going to share with you how I do everything, and I will try to explain. Now, please leave your comments down below if you have any question. If you have no idea what I'm doing, if you are lost in translation, or you just want to know more about it, leave a comment below. Let me know. Or if you have a better idea, we have a current project that I'm trying to find a wind turbine so I can use some of the exhaust from the air conditioning and other stuff, the HVACs, and push the energy to the wind turbine. And I got this idea for a company that I will try to reach out to them, but it's been a while since I asked them to work with me, and for some reason we never find the time to do it. You know who you are. You know I love you, Puerto Rico. But one of the ideas, if I ever manage to work with that company, is to use their wind turbine to power off an inverter so I could continue pushing back energy or the excess energy or the waste energy back into the grid. So anyway, guys, that will be all for today. Again, this is my baby. This is my idea. This is the design that I'm going for. Hopefully you guys understand enough. If not, just go to the channel, subscribe, like, and share, and look for the tutorials, and hopefully you get to learn something new. And as always, God bless you, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.